It goes down on Saturday afternoon here in the United States. And there he is, Johnny Eblen in the house. Hello, Johnny. How are you?
Good. How are you, Ariel?
It's great to have you on. New glasses. Have you switched them up? You usually have those big frames. This is new, a little tinted Chael Sonnen action.
They're just my blue blockers. Actually, I've had them for a while. I just like to wear them at night so I can go to bed.
Interesting.
Don't mess up my circadian rhythm. Yeah.
Okay.
You should look into it, man. Look into it. Like, if you have a lot of screen time at night and you're looking at your screen and you're not blocking out the blue light, it might be affecting your sleep.
Okay. Wow. I've heard about this. I've never actually implemented it, so I appreciate that. And it makes all the sense, especially as you're preparing for a big fight. How is it out there in Saudi Arabia? I see you doing a whole bunch of stuff. How are they treating you? How's the experience?
Dude, it's amazing. Everything about Saudi, I've liked it so far. The hospitality, the food, the way people have been treating me, the hotel, the shopping, everything about it, man. Like, no disappointments whatsoever.
Okay, so you feel like it's because we've seen how they treat the boxers, right? This is the first big MMA show there. Do you feel like it's being treated as a big deal?
Of course, dude. When I showed up, they gave me flowers. They sat me down. They offered me coffee. They offered me tea. Gave me some dates. The dates here are amazing, by the way. Like, whole nother level, bro. Like, I can't go back home and eat the dates that I get at Whole Foods. Like, it's just not going to taste the same.
And how was the trip over? Like the flight and all that? Pretty long.
Yeah, it was a bit long. I had a layover in Frankfurt, but it's a big reason why I came early. I came a week before, 10 days before. I showed up like on Wednesday last week, like Wednesday night, and pretty much I'm acclimated and feeling pretty good.
Okay, and this is your first fight week under the PFL banner, right? What has it been like? Do you? I know there are some familiar faces, but do you notice a big difference? How would you compare from the previous era?
I would definitely say things are not as smooth, but it's because this is a new thing for everybody, I think, and there's new people on board, and people are still trying to figure out how to work together. There are some familiar faces. When I see some people from Bellator coming over, it's been pretty nice. It's not all new people, and I think they're working it out, and it's going decently smooth. But there's some bumps in the road, but that's kind of expected whenever something like this happens.
We talked right after you went to that event in DC, and you were obviously wondering what it will all mean for you. Was this the one option presented to you, a fight against Impa on this card, or were there other options that were discussed as well?
This was really the only option that was discussed. I think it was up in the air to fight Derek Brunson, but I don't think he wanted to fight this early or something. I think it's something on his end. That was like the main guy I wanted to fight. And then I was thinking that I was going to either fight Impa or Jeffrey. But now it looks like I'm going to fight Impa, and then Jeffrey's going to fight Fabian Edwards.
Right. And is that a fight to determine who you will fight after this?
Yeah, it looks like it. It looks like whoever wins that fight is going to fight for a title next, and I'll be defending my title against them.
Okay. And did you like this when it was presented to you? I know he's champion at 205, had a nice year last year, very good year. Did you get excited about this?
Of course, man. It's the first card that they're doing this year. They're fighting me early. I'm getting paid well. It's only a 3-round fight, and it's against a killer at 205, and he's coming down to fight me at 85. And it'd be another great name to add to the resume. And yeah, he's on a kill streak right now, and I'd like to stop that.
Yeah, I was a tad surprised about that. The champion versus champion fights are 3-round fights as opposed to 25-minute 5-round fights. How do you feel about that?
Man, I'm getting paid the same, so I'm not worried about it. The funny thing is I think they did it because they were anticipating more champ versus champ fights, but they kind of fell through as time went on, and now we only have 2 real champ versus champ fights. So technically now we could make them 5 rounds. I would be down for that. Like, literally, if they told me today, hey, Johnny, you want to make it 5 rounds? I would sign on down the line and do it right away.
And elbows allowed, right?
Yeah, I'd love that their elbows allowed, man. That's a big part of my game, and I can't wait to utilize it.
Okay, so all this seems like it's in your favor. I even see that belt. What do you make of this belt that they're presenting to you guys? I guess the winner of these fights are getting it, but not of the other fights. If my reading on this is correct, how do you feel about it?
Yeah, I think the champ versus champ fights. It's like the co-main and the main, I think, are the only ones getting the belt. I think Patricio was supposed to get it, but now it's not a champ versus champ. So, yeah, I think they're only giving out 2 belts this time. The belt's pretty cool, man. It's super heavy. It's really big. I kind of like the ring when it's in the belt, but when it's out of the belt, it looks kind of off. So
Okay.
I would just, if I were to, showcase it, I'd always keep the ring inside of it.
You may not know the answer to this question. I'm just curious. The cage, is it the Bellator circle or is it more like the PFL cage?
No clue, man. All I know is it's outside.
It's outside.
It's outside.
Oh, what's the weather like now?
It's going to be it's like warmer during the day, but it's going to get down to like 60s, like maybe the high 50s at night. Yeah, especially around the time I'm going to be fighting. It'll be like high 50s, low 60s.
How do you feel about this?
Whatever. We all have to deal with it, bro. So
yeah,
it is what it is. I'll fight anywhere, anytime, any place. Just pay me enough money and I'll do it. And they're paying me enough money. So here I am.
And again, this stuff fascinates me. Maybe not everyone else. Like, are you allowed sponsors for this? Because I know the Bellator guys were, but the PFL guys weren't, or they're allowed 2. Like, what is the deal there? What are you going to look like?
Yeah, we're allowed to have 2 sponsors. So I'll have some sponsors on my shorts, and then, yeah, I mean, it's not as many as I think we should have, but it's just like the PFL model.
Okay.
Bellator, lets you have as many as you can fit, and I think that's great. It really expands the amount of money I can make every fight, whereas this is kind of constricting it. But, it is what it is. It's their event, so I got to respect their rules.
And what kind of gloves are you wearing? Are you wearing Bellator gloves or PFL gloves, or like special made for this?
They're specially made for this. They're PFL gloves with the Bellator logo on them.
Interesting. Okay.
They're black, and it's the same, like no thumb.
Yeah.
And it's like, I tried them on. They were pretty cool. I actually liked them. I think they're doing a lot of cool things for this. They're kind of making like the new belt. That's dope. Like these new gloves, the shorts, everything about it.
Okay.
The fact that it's in Saudi. The thing I don't love about it is that it's outside.
Yeah.
It's like, come on, guys. Like, I don't know. Maybe they don't have an arena here that's indoors, or I don't know. I don't really know much about this area of the world.
It's part of the appeal. Like, you're in the desert, you should fight in the desert, all right?
Yeah, I guess.
So we've got all that business stuff out of the way, but you did mention, like, if you're paid the same, the sponsors. Okay, now we have to get to brass tacks here. Okay, Johnny, this is the real stuff. What is going on over here? Okay. Is this true? 85,000 on the girl. How many girlfriends do you have, Johnny? What is that was all foreplay just to get to the real important stuff. How many girlfriends do you have? Did you really spend 85,000? What is going on? How are you popping up on TMZ every 2 days? Explain yourself. What's going on here, Johnny?
Hey man, I've just been balling a little bit lately. I
respect it.
I can't talk too much about it. It's fight week. We got to focus on the fight, Ariel.
Come on,
focus on the fight, Ariel. Come on. I'm a man. I'm a professional. I got to focus on the fight.
Was it really 85,000?
Hey man, that's what they said.
So can I ask you a question?
It is, man.
In the span of 24 hours, I see a video with you, 85,000, and then I see a video that Bellator posts with you, and my eyesight isn't great, but I could have sworn it was a different girl in that video. And then I see in the comments, the 85,000 shopping spree girl was in there with the emoji and the thing. You saw all this, right? What is going on? Can you?
Yeah, of course.
What is happening here?
There's a few girls, fighting for my attention.
I like it. It's good to be the king.
They're battling for it, It is. It's great to be the king, man, and I'm going to continue to be the king. But hey, we got to focus on the fight.
Okay,
Ariel.
sorry.
I got to win. That's the thing, man. You got to stay the champ. You got to keep winning, or they're all going to just leave. So. Got to keep winning, brother.
Are any of these girls with you in Saudi Arabia?
No comment.
Okay. Well, I did see on your Instagram, you were like, should I go on another shopping spree? This was like a day ago or 2 days ago. So
yeah.
I appreciate you
playing. Okay, you got me there. There's a girl with me. There's a girl with me. She's been taking care of me. She keeps me focused during the fight, and she's like a best friend of mine. They're all friends of mine. So
okay, but you can't confirm if it's one of these girls. It might be an actual third individual or fourth.
Possibly, bro.
Wow.
I can't. I don't kiss and tell.
Okay.
I don't kiss and tell.
Amazing. This has been a big topic of conversation. This shopping spree and all your different. This is just the way you roll.
Just shenanigans, bro. It's the shenanigans I get into, man. If you get me out there, out in the free world, I'm bound to do something.
And then I see you on TMZ at, I think, Home Depot. Was that legit? Did Brian Butler, your manager, really? So this guy walks up to
Bro,
you.
he got me so good. He got me so good. I had no clue. I was just like shopping, trying to get this hose because we had to. My dog needed a shower. We like to shower outside, and we were at the Home Depot, and I was like looking around, and all of a sudden this guy's just like standing in front of me, like talking. I'm like, and he had like a mask on. I was like, what is this mask? It's like the Apple Vision Pro or something like that.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, and then like I seen a camera behind him. I was like, oh, this guy's like probably trying to film funny content. Like he's probably trying to like do something. But I didn't know him. I had no clue who he was. I was like, I just happened to, be a part of it somehow.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right. He was kind of talking shit, whatever, and kept egging me on. And then I was leaving, and then he said like something smart about my girl. And then I was like, bro, that's when I flipped the switch and started walking him down. And he's like, Brian sent me. I was like, Brian who? Brian who? He's like, sucker punch. I was like, oh, okay. I was about to give him a 3-piece.
Yeah.
And like fucking knock him out in the middle of Home Depot. But yeah, dude, Brian, he fucking got me good, man.
Okay, so 2 follow-ups there. Number 1, how did Brian know where you were? Like, how did he know to send the guy to Home Depot at that time?
So what's a very common theme that I have? Who's always around, Ariel? Who do I always have around me?
Girls?
Yeah.
Okay.
So he's in contact with one of the girls I was with, and he got me at Home Depot, man.
Okay, so she was in on it.
Yeah. They've been planning it for like 3 days, I think.
Wow.
Because they were trying to do it the day before, but the guy had forgot something, like a SD card or something. So they had to do it the next day, and it was like right before I was going to go train. And I was like trying to like get through this and like get the hose and then go train. I was like, why do I have to go get this damn hose before I train? Like, why are we having to do this right now? I was so confused. And then like all that happened. I was like getting pissed. I was like sweating after, bro. I was like heated. But then like I was trying to laugh it off because it was a joke. But I was ready to go, bro. I felt like I was about to fight somebody. You know what I mean? Like sweating and like kind of nervous.
I actually thought you handled it really, really well until he mentioned your girl. But like for the most part, you were like kind of brushing it off. My second question is, how close do you think you actually were to punching him? If that was real life.
Very close. Because the fact that I walked away and he told me to come back after he continued to disrespect like me and my girl, I was like walking him down ready to like, okay, I'm going to throw punches. But then that's when he said, Brian sent me. And I was like, wait, Brian who? Like my brain wasn't like, I'm like, why are you telling me Brian? And I was like, and then he said sucker punch. I was like, oh shit. Yeah, I can't punch this fool. He's pulling a prank for my friend, you know?
Man, what a life. You're all over the place. Look at you. I feel like you've taken a step. Like now you're like regular TMZ fodder.
Hey man, I'm just living life. Doing things that Johnny Eblen does every day.
How did they know you were out there shopping? Like how did they find you?
Dude, people ran up on me. Girl, like the girl that I was with, I guess, wanted to catch the moment, and that's how they got it on film, I guess. And they ran up on me, but I wasn't expecting it either. I had no clue.
Did you feel betrayed?
Like, what the hell? A little bit. I was like, why are there cameras around? There's usually not cameras around me when I'm shopping. Yes. But I guess she kind of wanted to flaunt that something had happened. Like it was kind of a big deal for her. So who knows?
Yeah, it was a big deal for her because she's with the champ, right?
Yeah, right. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. Yeah.
What's it like training with Sean Strickland?
Dude, awesome. Love training with Sean. He is one of my favorite people to like spar because it's like a fight, you know? And it's always good training. Like usually when I go out to Vegas, like I train with him pretty much the whole time. We'll mix it up here and there. Like for the most part during the week, we'll train together a lot, but we'll mix in with other guys and train with other guys. But on Saturday, we're like PI 5 rounds straight. Let's go. And we lock ourselves in the cage and we just get after it, man. And every time we get together, dude, it's always good rounds. I always feel like I get better after training with them.
Wow. When you're at the PI as a non-UFC fighter, what do you think?
I don't know. I never really thought of that. I don't know. I feel like we're just all fighters, you know? So like, and we all kind of recognize each other. Like, some fighters know who I am. I know some of the fighters there. It's just like when you're good at fighting, it's like, okay, yo, what's up? You know what I mean? It doesn't really matter like what promotion at that point. Obviously, there's more UFC fighters there, but it's nice to go there. They have a lot of resources, so it's pretty cool.
I was just wondering if there's any part of you who's like, man, I want this at my disposal.
Oh yeah, that would be kind of nice. But I mean, anytime I do go to anytime I go to Vegas, I pretty much have access. Like, I go with Chris Curtis or Sean, or I've been training with Marvin Vittori. I'm actually going to probably end up going with him for his fight, and I'm sure we'll be at the PI.
Okay.
So, yeah, there's always a guy I know, or like Eric Nixick. Like, there's always a way in.
I have to give you props. In addition to everything else, when all that stuff was going on with Dustin, you kind of spoke up about how he was being treated. I thought that was a really cool thing, and I know he doesn't really want to talk about it openly, but I'm just wondering if privately did he say, like, you laid it out and you kind of backed everything that the media was saying as well, which I appreciated, of course, and it wasn't cool how it all went down. I'm just wondering what prompted you to do, like, why did you feel it was necessary to do that?
Honestly, it was just fresh on my mind. We had spoken literally right before that, and he was telling me what was going on. And I was like, man, that's kind of fucked up. Like, why would you announce something that's not signed on paper? That just doesn't make any sense to me. You're like trying to pressure people into making something happen, even though you're not meeting the demands. But everything ended up working out, which I'm glad. And Dustin's getting what he asked for, and that's good. I'm happy for him. I'm glad that turned out to work out, and they didn't like drop the fight.
You did an interview with MMA Junkie recently where you talked about, like, if you didn't find MMA, you'd be in a really bad spot in your life. What do you think you would be doing like, here you are in Saudi Arabia fighting on a champion versus champion super card on pay-per-view, like everything's going great, you're going on $85,000 shopping sprees, all that stuff. What do you think, Johnny?
Making hella money, bro.
Yes. What would you be doing now if Steve Mocco didn't tell you to come train and do all of this?
I definitely would not be in Saudi Arabia right now eating steak.
Oh, sick. Wow, that looks great.
Yeah, man. This is during a weight cut, bro.
Wow.
I'm eating good.
I feel bad. But it's probably cold at this point. It's been sitting there for 20 minutes.
Nah, it's all right, dude. I'll take my time to talk to you.
Okay, I appreciate that.
I wouldn't have this beautiful belt.
I love it.
And yeah, man, I feel like I'm blessed and very happy. So honestly, I probably wouldn't be in a good spot. I probably would still be in the whole rat race of like working a 9 to 5, partying on the weekends, probably indulging myself in alcohol and drugs and all that type of stuff. I was definitely on a bad path, wasn't sustainable. Who knows? I could be in jail, dead, or probably would have started hanging out with the wrong people.
Wow.
So yeah, man, I have this energy in me that needs to, this is why fighting is great for me. Cause like, it keeps me sane. It keeps me like normal, but it's like, if I don't have fighting or something to let this energy out, like I'm a wild man. I'll do stupid shit. I'll get into trouble. I want that adrenaline dump, and I'm going to get it through. I'm going to get it any way I can. But thankfully I found fighting, and it's, focused me and got me to keep that energy towards a beneficial path for myself.
I love it. It's great. It's great to see. And before I let you go, just curious, because I know we spoke about Sean. I'm sure you saw the DDP fight in January. Your thoughts on how you match up with DDP now? Because I've asked you about some of the other guys in the past, but now that there's a new king in the UFC, your thoughts on how you match up with him as you kind of size him up?
I think I match him up with him really, really well. I'm technically a better, I think I'm a better striker. Like, technically, I have better boxing than him. I'm cleaner with my defense, cleaner with my strikes. I'm technically a better wrestler. Like, I've wrestled since the age of 4. And like, he's kind of like a big athletic guy that's like learned how to grapple, learned how to wrestle. I've been doing it since I was a young kid. I know how to flow with guys like Bo Nickel. And like, I'm a college wrestler, but I can strike and I can grapple. So I have the full package, bro. And I feel like he does too, but I'm just a step above him. And I'm faster for sure. He might be a big, strong dude, but I'm faster and have better cardio, and I'm better technically than him in every facet.
Love it. Good luck on Saturday, Johnny. Enjoy your time out there. Can't wait to see how it all looks. It's I mean, kind of, historic stuff, unique stuff, seeing these two promotions come together. Happy that you're a part of it. So good luck to you, and appreciate the time as always. Enjoy the steak.
Yeah, of course, Ariel. Always, anytime you need me on here, bro, I'll take the time out of my day to show up, and appreciate you. And thanks for having this platform for fighters like us to talk on and kind of spread what we're thinking on our minds.
Yeah, they asked us to have someone from the card. We only wanted one. So there you are.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go. My dog.
Thank you, Johnny.
Yeah.
All the best to you.
Yep.
Johnny Eblen joining us from Saudi Arabia. Big star, gonna get bigger. Big card this Saturday. Thanks for watching. We appreciate it very much. Hey, if you like this video, give us the old thumbs up. Subscribe as well. You could get many more of these videos on the channel, so please do that. We would love you forever if you did so.